Hey everybody, just wanted to make a quick little review of a new piece of gear that I recently obtained. That is this guy, the Rejano Practice Mute in this nice white color. They've got all sorts of different interesting colors on these, but they make them for alto, small tenor, large tenor, bass, and there's even a contrabass trombone practice mute. Um, One of the interesting aspects about this, and I don't know if you can tell, is that these are actually 3D printed, which is supposedly part of what makes them such a free blowing practice mute as compared to something like this, which happens to be the Dillon Music copy of the Best Brass. And these are the two that I have on hand right now. So just wanted to talk about some of the pros and cons of each one. But so far, first day with this one, really enjoying this practice mute. I'm going to do a little bit of playing here. One of the great things, and hopefully it comes across okay, one of the great things about this mute, like I already mentioned, is that it's really free blowing. This will be great if you have to do extended amounts of practicing with the practice mute in. You know, if you're stuck living in an apartment like me, and oftentimes, like if you need to play early in the morning or late at night, and have to do lengthy sessions with the practice mute, this is great because it feels very similar to the open horn. Now, as long as I'm showing it, one of the downsides of this mute is that it sticks out of the bell, not as far as like a normal straight mute or some of the other practice mute models out there, but compared to this one, the Dillon Music Mute, which fits completely inside the bell. So when I'm traveling, this will probably still be my go-to mute, simply because with the case I have, I can stick it in the bell and it doesn't take up any extra space. Whereas this one, my case won't close with it in the bell because it kind of, the case bumps into the bell a little bit to protect it. So this won't travel as easily. Now, if you were taking a mute bag or something along with you on the road, you could toss this in no problem. And given that it's 3D printed plastic, it'll be nice and durable. But I'm just going to play a little snippet of Rochu 16 on the Rejano mute, and then I'll play a little bit on the Dillon Music mute. All right, now over to the Dillon Music Mute, which, again, I'm not bashing this mute. I think this is also a great practice mute, especially for the price that you pay and for the portability of it. So with this one, I feel a lot more back pressure, and from having had some lengthier practice sessions on this, it does feel a little bit weird when you go back to open, given all the extra resistance. Also, sometimes I feel like getting a lot of kind of air pushed back at me when I'm going for wide leaps or making dramatic changes in terms of slide position. On the Rejano, I don't really feel that as much. It's easy to get between partials, just like it is on the open horn. I don't really feel any difference from high to low. The excerpt I played didn't have any extreme high or low pitches, but the intonation is super true on this, whereas on the Dillon or on a lot of other practice mutes, as you get higher, oftentimes your pitch starts to kind of sag down a little bit, and when you're playing lower, if you can even get the notes out at all, they often are quite sharp, so like all of your range is sort of squashed in. The middle register plays pretty true, but on the Rejano, all the way from your highest notes to your lowest notes, you'll be able to get them all out. It's just an awesome practice mute. So if you're looking for a new practice mute to add into your arsenal, this is a great option. I purchased mine from my friends at the Schmidt Music Trombone Shop in the Minneapolis area, but they ship all around the country. I'm sure there are other dealers of this as well, but highly recommend that you check out the Rejano practice mute.